I used to think I had all the time in the world to figure myself out. That love would wait. That real, deep love, the kind that wraps itself around your bones and makes you feel safe, seen, understood, would somehow stay rooted even if I kept pulling away. I was wrong. This is the story of how I lost the best man I ever knew. Not in one massive blow up or a dramatic fight, but slowly, agonizingly, by pushing him away one excuse at a time, until he gave up trying to hold on. We met in college. I was 19. He was 21. He wasn't the loudest in the room, but he had a calm confidence to him that made you feel instantly at ease. He had this soft smile that made me feel like I could breathe, like I didn't need to perform or impress. I was used to being around chaos, drama-filled friendships, situationships that revolved around who could care less, guys who only wanted me when I pulled away. But with him, there was peace, stillness. And I hated it at first. Not because he wasn't wonderful, but because I didn't know what to do with healthy love. I'd say things like, "You're too nice," or "You don't get jealous, it's weird," or "Don't you want to chase me a little?" He'd just chuckle softly and say, "I don't want to chase you. I want to build something with you." And he meant it. God, he meant it. He was there for me through everything. When I failed my finance class, when I had a health scare and needed surgery, when I fought with my mom and felt like the world was caving in. He never made it about himself. He just showed up. We moved in together 2 years later. At that point, we were what everyone else called goals. Our friends would come over for game nights and say, "You two are perfect," or "I want what you guys have." But deep down, I was restless. The security started to feel suffocating. He'd make plans for the future, buying a house, adopting a dog, getting married. And while I smiled and nodded, part of me panicked. Is this it? I'd wonder. Is this the guy I'll wake up next to for the rest of my life? No more flirting. No more what ifs. No more excitement. He worked a steady job in IT, loved routine, meal prepped every Sunday, always paid the bills on time. He was dependable, mature, and kind. But I wanted fire. Not warmth. Fire. So I started pulling away. First, it was little things. Being too tired to cuddle at night, rolling my eyes when he talked about house prices, staying out late with coworkers and forgetting to text back. He never yelled, never accused, just looked hurt. And that made it worse. Because guilt feels a lot uglier when someone meets it with love instead of anger. I found myself complaining about him to my friends. He's just too much sometimes. He doesn't challenge me. He's obsessed with me. I feel smothered. Then one night, a guy from work invited me out for drinks after a project launch. I told myself it was harmless, that I deserved a little fun, that it was just drinks. But when I saw him, this tall, confident guy with tattoos and a crooked grin, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Excitement. He flirted shamelessly, told me I was way too pretty to be tied down. He brushed a hand along my waist as we leaned over a bar menu. And I didn't stop him. That night, I didn't go home. I told myself it was a mistake, that I'd come clean, that it meant nothing. But I didn't. I kept going out with him, sneaking around, lying, because I was addicted to the thrill, the attention, the way it made me feel wanted, new, desired. Meanwhile, my boyfriend, God, I hate calling him that now, kept trying. He'd cook my favorite meals, ask if I wanted to watch old shows we used to binge, leave notes in my lunchbox. I ignored all of it. Eventually, he sat me down and asked if I was happy. I looked at him and lied to his face. I told him I needed space to find myself. He didn't cry, didn't beg, just nodded with this heartbreaking calm and said, "If that's what you need, I'll let you go." He helped me move out, gave me back the deposit I'd contributed to the apartment, told me he'd always care for me even if it was from a distance. I moved in with the guy from work 2 weeks later. For a month or two, it was everything I thought I wanted. Sex, parties, late nights, impulsive trips, no responsibilities. I felt young and wild again. But that faded. Quickly. He wasn't kind. He was moody, selfish, and borderline cruel when he drank. He didn't remember my birthday. He didn't care about my work stories. He flirted with waitresses in front of me. One night, after a huge fight where he called me boring and clingy, I packed my things and left. Just like that, it was over. And then the silence hit. No one to check in on me. No sweet texts asking how my day went. No warm arms waiting in bed. Just cold, echoing loneliness. I wanted to call him my ex, the man I never should have let go. But when I looked him up, he wasn't the same. He'd changed. He'd started going to the gym regularly, lost weight, grew a beard, got a promotion, started traveling. His Instagram showed him smiling in places we used to dream of visiting: Greece, Japan, Iceland. And then came the photo that broke me. Him holding hands with a woman on a beach. She was stunning, radiant, natural, laughing like life had never hurt her. He looked at her the way he used to look at me. Only softer. Like he'd finally found peace. I remember staring at that picture for hours. My chest felt like it was caving in. I cried like someone had died. Because in a way, someone had. The version of me he loved. The life we could have had. I sent him a message. A simple, "Hey, just wanted to see how you're doing." He replied 2 days later. "Hey, I'm doing really well. I hope you're okay." That was it. Polite, distant, final. No opening, no lingering affection. I don't blame him. I wouldn't want me back either. Now, a year later, I still think of him. When I walk past coffee shops we used to visit, when I hear a song we used to dance to in the kitchen, when I see couples holding hands at the grocery store, I imagine what our lives could have looked like. A house with a little porch, Sunday morning pancakes, a golden retriever running in the yard, laughter echoing in the hallways. But that's all it is now. Imagination. He's someone else's reality. Someone who saw the treasure I tossed aside and held it tight. And me? I'm alone. Wiser, maybe, but haunted. Not because he left, but because I made him let go. And the worst part? He would have stayed. If I had just let him love me. If I had loved myself enough to believe I deserved it. So, to anyone reading this, don't confuse peace with boredom. Don't trade stability for chaos, thinking it'll make you feel alive. Don't push away the person who shows up for you every single day just because you're scared of how real it is. Because once they're gone, they might not come back. And the silence they leave behind is louder than you ever imagined.